What's up, guys? Dustin McDaniels back here with another video, and welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, we're going to be getting back into the season preview series here with the Vancouver Canucks. We'll talk about their previous season as well as team stats, individual stats. We'll take a look at their contracts and talk about their team for the upcoming season in general with a little prediction. But before we do get into it, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future content. Tell your friends, tell 5 friends, trying to build a channel, and I need your guys' help, so be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is completely free. It does you no harm, so hit that button. But without further ado, getting into it here, the Vancouver Canucks had a bit of a tough year last year. Couple bright spots, couple down spots, couple injuries here and there, but overall team record 38, 37, and 7 for a total of 83 points. When it came to individual stats, Elias Pettersson led the way with 102 points in only 80 games played. JT Miller, second place there, 82 points in 81 games played. Quinn Hughes, 76 in 78 games played. Kuzmenko, 74 points in 81 games played. Brock Besser, 55 and 74. Bo Horvat, who was then eventually traded to the Islanders, 54 and 31 games. Connor Garland, a little bit of a down year, 46 in 81. And Mikheyev, 28 in 46 games played. He was also injured. And then rounding out the top 10, Joshua Dakota, OEL, and I mean, when it comes now to the actual contract side of things, we're taking a look here. The one player you don't see on the list right there is Ilya Mikheyev. He is on the IR, and his contract is $4.75 million for the next 3 years, and they are currently already $4.9 million over the cap. They only have one first-round pick next year, no second-round pick. They have a couple thirds, or 1/3, couple fourths, and then a few 5th, 6th, and 7th-round picks. So they're going to have to try to make some salary cap gymnastics work for this upcoming season if and when Mikheyev comes back from his injury. Overall, the team definitely has some solid depth at the youth position. They only literally have one forward on their roster that's 30 years old, and that's JT Miller, and he's a pretty stout offensive player. He's also locked up at $8 million for the next foreseeable future until 2029. This is a massive year in regards to their cap space when it comes to Elias Pettersson. It is a contract year. He will be restricted, but he is a hit of 7.35. If he can have another big year, you can look at him being above, well north of $10 million a year, so they'll have to figure something out. Brock Besser under contract for a couple of years. Kuzmenko, very big surprise for them. He's at $5.5 million, which I think is honestly a steal of a deal. Connor Garland, decent deal there. Anthony Belivier is on a contract here, as well as Teddy Bluger, so they definitely have some solid depth pieces there. They've got Suter, Hoglander on great deals. They got Joshua Dakota on another solid contract here. DiGiuseppe, 7.75, so $775,000. Jack Stanika on a restricted deal. So they got a bunch of guys up after this year. Quinn Hughes is locked up for the next 4 years. Tyler Myers is up. Hronek is up after this upcoming season. Ian Cole. Rathbone is up. Matt Irwin. So they've got guys all over the place. Thatcher Demko is under contract for the next 3 years at $5 million. And backup right now is Spencer Martin. And when we're just looking at their team as a whole, honestly, their team looks pretty solid. I would say they're at least 2.5 lines deep when it comes to the forward positions. You got, I mean, just looking at it, JT Miller, Pettersson, Besser, that's one line right there. Kuzmenko, and then Garland, and then you could honestly throw Bevillier in there when he is on, and that's 2 solid lines there. On the back end, I'd say you've got Quinn Hughes, Tyler Myers, and Hronek. The rest of them, Staussy is a solid defenseman there at $3.25 million. And then between the net, if Thatcher Demko catches fire, he is definitely a top 10 goalie in the league when he is playing hot. Honestly, this team, if they can stay healthy, get some solid coaching from the new man behind the bench, Rick Tocchet, sky's the limit for this team when it comes to making a run for a potential playoff spot. I know I was high on them last year, and things kind of just fell through the cracks, but this team there's something about them that I'm intrigued about. So I guess getting into my official prediction here for the Vancouver Canucks. Again, they finished last year with 83 points. I expect them to be a lot better than that. At home, they were 19-20-2. On the road, they were 19-17-5. Minus 22 for goal differential. I think that'll turn around. I think health will be a big factor in that. I think Pettersson and I want to say Kuzmenko are going to have the biggest years on the forward side. I think it's obviously JT Miller. I think if he can have another solid year like last year, around 75 to 90 points. Pettersson can be anywhere from 95 to 110. If they can get Kuzmenko up in the 80s and 90s, keep Quinn Hughes around that 80 mark, and maybe Besser chip in a little bit more around that 65-70 mark, sky is the limit for this team. Again, I think injuries will be the biggest factor if they are able to stay healthy, get Mikheyev back, but even with that, they'll have to play some cap gymnastics and find a way to get things rolling with that, make some space, do whatever they got to do. But I think they can definitely make it happen. Official prediction for me for points, I think if they are anywhere between 80s, we're going to say 86 to 97. I know that's pretty wide range, but they could really be on the brink of potentially making the playoffs or kind of be where they were last year on the outside looking in from a bit of afar. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Who do you think is the biggest performer that they will need to step up this year other than Pettersson and JT Miller? And we'll even throw Kuzmenko and Quinn Hughes in there. Who else from their depth or multiple people will really need to step up in order for them to make a push for the playoffs and get back into the hunt for the Stanley Cup? Let me know down below in the comments. But first and foremost, if you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to drop a like on it. If you are new, hit that subscribe button. Again, it doesn't cost you a single thing. Helps out the channel a ton, and we're trying to grow the community and have fun with it at the same time. So I need your guys' help with that for sure. But that's going to be it for this one. Check out the description. We've got some promo codes for you guys to be able to utilize GFUEL and SeatGeek. So be sure to go ahead and check those out. But that's going to be it for this one. I hope you guys have a good one. And as always, stay dusty.